Hi, everyone. Welcome to S5U Freshman Orientation. We're going to be talking about LinkedIn today, which is a great social channel that I hope you will all take advantage of. We'll go ahead and get started here in just a second as we get a few more people streaming in. Feel free to ask any questions as we go. You know that you can ask them both in the Q&A section and also the chat feature here on our Zoom room. So anything you want to ask about as we go along, feel free, and I'll try and grab those as we go. And of course, we will be having a Q&A session at the end of the session as well. So holler if you have any questions and we'll get going. Just simple, easy stuff with LinkedIn and how to get started today. So let's talk a little bit about what we're going to go over today. We're going to talk about who the audience is on LinkedIn, always a really important thing when you're talking about starting a new social channel, why you want to be on that channel and who you want to connect with there. We're going to talk about how to get started and build your profile and everything, how to build connections once you're on there, leveraging those connections outside of LinkedIn, because that's what it's really all about, right? So I really like this quote here. LinkedIn should be connecting you to the information, insights, and people to be more effective. And I think that's a really great thought, because that's really what it's all about. Not many people know this, but LinkedIn is actually the oldest modern social network. It was before Facebook, before Twitter, before MySpace, all those things. And it's stuck around so long because it really does fill a unique role in the social media channel spectrum. So let's talk about that a little bit here. So we have kind of these three big social channels that we offer service for here at Social5. And of course, there are hundreds of others that are a little more, niche market type things. But these are the kind of the big ones that we use for marketing purposes. And let's talk a little bit about the difference between all of them. So Facebook, first off, we recommend that for everybody. It's a really consumer-based audience with the highest rate of growth in the 25 to 54 age bracket. It's the largest social channel. It's got a really nice mix of male and female. It's really good for B2C type businesses. It's a great way to connect with your consumers and to talk directly to that audience. Twitter, on the other hand, very quick read mobile channel that tends very urban and very young. Again, very equal as far as gender distribution, also very diverse as far as economic strata and education and everything. Again, more of a B2C type product that's going to connect you directly with your consumer. LinkedIn is a little bit different in that way. It's really a business-to-business marketing network that really focuses on that network building emphasis. It is very male-dominated right now and very business-centric. The male-dominated thing is something that LinkedIn has a little bit of a complex about in a good way. They're constantly trying to recruit more women to be on LinkedIn. So if you are a female entrepreneur or a female business owner, it's a really good spot to be in. And you'll see more women come on there as time goes on. I know I just have like the most basic LinkedIn profile, and I get stuff all the time about female managers and all kinds of notifications from LinkedIn as they try and grow that other section of their audience. And I think it's working. It is starting to catch up. But really the thing that's key here is that LinkedIn is the B2B business network. So this is great if you are a B2B type business. This is definitely a channel that you want to be on. And it's great even if you are a B2C type business too. But really for B2B, there's nowhere better to be. So let's talk a little bit about getting started. So the first thing you're going to do is sign into your LinkedIn profile. You just go to linkedin.com and you'll be asked for an email address and password. Again, this is a social network where you have to go under your real name. And of course you want to go under your real name because you want people to find you, right? It's not like a Twitter or something where you have to come up with a catchy handle or whatever. You just want your normal name and what people are going to be able to find you as they try to connect with you. So once you enter that, you're going to have this awesome LinkedIn profile. This is my boss's, Jeremiah Stetler's, and you can kind of see a little bit about him there. You can see what's happening up here on the upper right-hand corner when you click on your profile picture. This is where you'll get, messages, notifications, connection requests. You can see on this screenshot that we took of Jeremiah's here, he's got 19 messages in his inbox. He's got 212 people trying to connect with him. So he probably needs to update his LinkedIn profile a little more often and actually respond to some of those. But yeah, so that's going to be where you figure out what's going on your profile. All the news is going to be up there on that upper right corner. The other thing you're going to see is it's got a similar news feed to Facebook where you can see what people are posting. And content from any of the connections that you have is going to appear there in a live news feed. Now, one thing I want to say about LinkedIn for content-wise is that it is a lot calmer than some of the fast and furious things that we see on Facebook and Twitter and things like that. You don't really need to be posting on LinkedIn as often as you would on these other social channels because they just move a little slower. People just don't post photos of their lunch on LinkedIn, right? They post articles that they find interesting about their business or things like that. So it's going to take a little more time for that news feed to go. So you don't have the urgency that you have with some of the other social networks. So again, starting with your profile is a really important thing to do here on LinkedIn. You want to fill this out as best you can. It's a B2B network that's used for recruiting, vetting, and investigating potential business partners. So I know that's something that we do a lot here on LinkedIn. If we're thinking about doing business with someone, we check them out on LinkedIn and see what we can, what we can glean from them. So this is a really great way to add legitimacy to your business and have people, see that you do have a legitimate business, that it's, you're a professional, that they should be considering doing business with you. So you want to make sure that your profile looks really professional and that you've put some thought into it and that you've filled it out thoroughly. You just go over here to under profile and click edit profile, and it will let you fill out all those fields and everything. You want to make sure you have your current resume information on there. You want to make sure that you have information about your current business. Ways to contact you is a really good one, things like that. The cool thing about this is that your LinkedIn profile will really help with online searchability and for first impressions. So, you want to make sure you have a really good photo in there, right? That looks professional, that it's not you, off doing something fun. It's a professional, formal portrait or whatnot. And it doesn't have to be super formal, but, you want it to look professional, right? All right, so again, here we are on Jeremiah's profile. You want to think of this as an online resume, and you want to make it as thorough as possible using any keywords that you can that would help potential partners find you. So, if you're in insurance or real estate or whatever, Jeremiah is going to make sure he puts a lot of things about social media and stuff in there. You can see he's got his resume listed on here. He's got that he's the Chief Content Officer at Social 5, and what he did before that as a reporter and an editor at the Salt Lake Tribune, the other newspapers that he's worked at and stuff. Then you can see he's got all these skills and endorsements that he's said that he's capable of doing, which is very true. And, he's got his education listed in there. Education is a great one because, you're going to find people who want to connect with you because they went to your school or whatever, or they know someone who went to your school or things like that. So really try and fill as much of that out as you can, as professionally as you can, because you never know what's going to make someone want to connect with you. So once you've got your profile created, you want to start building your network. And all you're going to do is start with the search bar. It's really easy. And this will let you search for your family, your friends, any business associates, and you can add them to your network. So you just, right here you can see Jeremiah has searched for me, and I've come up there. Obviously, there's several other Katie Drakes, and that's why it's important to have a photo that looks like you and some information about what company you work for and everything. And then you're just going to click the connect button that comes up there at the bottom of my profile. Now, you'll also see that there's a little mark here next to my name that says first. What that means is that Jeremiah and I have a first degree connection. We're connected to each other. We know each other. Now, you can see other things on there that maybe say second. And what that usually means is that, or not usually, always, means is that you and that person have a connection in common. So if you see someone that has a second degree connection, you're going to wonder who it is that's a mutual friend of both of you, okay? So if you see those degrees of connection, it's like that, 6 degrees of separation or whatever. That's the whole idea. So now, you can go through and search for people individually that way. But the other thing you can do is you can really harness some of the tools that LinkedIn offers and have them do some of that searching for you through your email databases. So you just come up here to the top left and you'll click on Connections and Add Connections. And then it will let you use, like Gmail or Outlook or Yahoo or AOL, any email program that you're using, and we'll go through and search your email contacts and see who in your email contacts has a LinkedIn profile. So you can go through, you can see these are Jeremiah's over here on the right-hand side. These are all folks that were in his email address book and have a LinkedIn profile. So he can go ahead and connect with them. Oh, sorry, there you go, the Add Connections button. So you've built all these connections, you've made, you've gotten to know all these people on LinkedIn and everything. How are you gonna wanna leverage those outside of LinkedIn, right? Because that's the whole idea, it's how to grow your business. So you wanna give that network time to grow, first off. We really recommend that at least once a week you check in on LinkedIn. Again, it's not like Facebook or Twitter where you need to check in every day, but at least once a week, check in, see who's trying to connect with you. And you are going to get some connection requests from people that maybe you don't know. So feel free to turn those down. You don't have to connect with every single person. But if it is someone that you've worked with before, consider connecting with them. And again, if it's someone that you worked with before and you never want to work with them again, you do not have to connect with them. You can just ignore their request. It's okay. But yeah, go ahead and accept any connection requests that you've received, and then go out and search for any new connections that you may have made throughout the week. If you meet someone at a networking event or something like that, and it's someone that you want to do business with, hop in and add them on LinkedIn. It's a really great idea and a good way to stay in touch, and just looks really professional and gives you some gravitas to your business. So you'll see these come through here. You can see a bunch of connection requests that Jeremiah has received. And here's one from a girl named Lauren. And you just click on that and you click accept, and then you're connected to the person. Super easy. So once you've got all these connections and you're constantly building that network, you want to make sure you're making those connections count. You want to be posting content regularly, and you really want to make LinkedIn contacts part of your email marketing efforts. So now a lot of our packages include LinkedIn, so a lot of you may be getting content that way, but you can also post your own content on your LinkedIn page just the same way you would on Facebook or whatnot. What I really want to talk about though is this email marketing effort. This is an incredibly powerful tool, and it's one that's really underutilized. So we'd really recommend that you take advantage of it. So what we want you to do is export your LinkedIn connections contact information. So you're going to go over here to connections and click on the Keep in Touch button. Then you're going to have this little drop down menu up in the corner there, the little settings button. You're going to click on that, and it'll give you a chance to export your LinkedIn connections. And what this will do is it will export all of the people who you're connected with, all of their email addresses, into an Excel or a CSV file. And then once you've got that done, you just send it on over to us, and we'll drop it into your email marketing database. And those people will then be connected with you and receive a monthly email from you. So it's a pretty cool thing. It's a great way to just stay in touch with them, keep them up to date on what's going on in your business. Again, if they're receiving the monthly email blast from you through Social 5, it's just going to be really helpful information. It's going to include a link to your blog, all your other social channels. And it's just a really good way to stay top of mind. We have a lot of success with it internally through our marketing efforts, and our clients really do too. We have a loan officer who does business with us, and she says she closes 1 to 2 mortgages a month based on her email marketing efforts. And that's what she does, is she goes out, collects those email addresses as she goes along throughout the month and sends them out. So again, great way to really build that email marketing database and get started there. And the other nice part is that because it is LinkedIn, folks are connecting with you in a business setting, and they expect business communication from you. It's not like on Facebook or something where if you went and downloaded all of your Facebook friends' email addresses, they might be a little annoyed, like, we're just friends, I don't want to do business with you, right? there's kind of a social boundary there that you don't want to cross. But on LinkedIn, it's totally fair game because everybody who's connected with you there has said, you know, I'm in this business network and it's okay for me. It's okay for us to communicate in a business setting. So with that in mind, are there any other questions? Again, feel free to ask in the Q&A or in the chat section. I'll go ahead and just hang out for a minute more and make sure you don't have any. I hope this was helpful for you guys. Again, this is, you know, whether you have a package with us and we're doing it for you, or you just want to do it on your own, we'd really recommend it. Even if you don't end up posting any content or anything, just having a profile out there is really powerful. LinkedIn results do tend to come up very high in Google search rankings. So when someone is searching for you, you know, they just do a quick Google search of your name, your LinkedIn profile is going to be one of the top things that comes up. So you want to have it nice, looking professional, and just, you know, giving legitimacy to your business so that they know that you're a legitimate business and that it's good to connect with you and do business with you. All right, well, with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and sign off, but we'll see you guys again next week. We're going to be talking about email and mobile marketing basics as part of freshman orientation. And of course, you're always welcome to attend our S5U sessions that occur every other Thursday. We have 2 sessions on the 2nd and 4th Thursday of every month. So you're always welcome to come to those. All right, thank you all so much, and we'll see you soon.